People run from rain, but sit in bathtubs full of water.
Wow, Bukowski, so profound. Do you also bathe fully clothed, you idiot? Oh, isn't it funny that a person will eat when they're hungry, but will duck if you throw an apple at their face?
You know, when girls go out wearing tiny, tight, skimpy outfits, I mean they have the choice to wear something else. Something less provocative, so really, girls are asking for it.
If you're out in public and I see you're not wearing any protective headgear, does that give me the right to smash in your skull with a hammer? I mean, you asked for it, since you're not wearing something to protect your head.
This Victoria's Secret model can program code in Python, C++, Java, MIPS, and Objective-C.
Anyone? I don't think so.
Only print Hello World.
Yeah, she can write Hello World.
What a waste.
I have 27,481 points on Stack Overflow. I am on the iOS tutorial team for RayWendelich.com. I'm the lead iOS software engineer for Rallybound, the 841st fastest growing company in the US according to INC magazine. I have a bachelor's degree from Amherst where I double majored in computer science and theater, and I'm able to live my life doing everything I love. Looking at these comments, I wonder why 41% of women in technical careers drop out because of a hostile work environment. So when the Daily Wire called Patton Oswalt a supposed comedian, Oswald responded with this: Guys, if you're gonna write an article about me being a failed comedian, maybe don't use a pic of me holding up the Emmy I won for doing comedy. If you're Irish and complain about Britain erasing culture, but can't even speak the language or don't know crap about Ireland before 1910, then just shut your cake hole, nobody cares.
Them being Irish and not being able to speak the language or not knowing crap about Ireland before 1910 is a direct result of Britain erasing culture, you goddamn vitamin D deficient circus clown.
Women get mostly infertile at 40. But live to be 80. Without a family, what are you going to do with those 40 long years?
Maybe they'll see the world, experience beauty, create art, support their mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers, fall in love, find joy, ascend in business, achieve recognition, and dance on your grave when you die alone, unnoticed and unknown, you hateful, misogynistic ass clown. Should people without children be banned from Disney World? I'll tell you what, Karen. I'll stop going to Disney World when you stop bringing your tiny, screaming burger factories to the movies, restaurants, or anywhere besides your house or a playground, frankly. Eat crap. This single dad had a cosmetology lesson so he could give his little girl fabulous hairstyles. An early contender for Dad of the Year.
This man did something that's already expected of women, but he gets extra praise because he's a man.
No. A lot of women don't go to cosmetology classes to learn how to do hair. They have the experience from growing up, or their mom doing their hair, then experimenting with what they can do themselves. This guy probably had short hair his entire life with no clue on what to do. He didn't just look up how to do a ponytail. He paid for actual classes so that he could do his little daughter's hair in cool and creative ways, so that she gets the learning experience and learns how to do it her own, and then can go to school with fabulous hair. This is A+ daddy right here. He went above and beyond because he knows that he lacks in certain areas where a mom would pick this up. Please don't destroy nice things that men do simply because they are men and you want to hate them.
1 egg equals 5 cigarettes? Egg yolks are loaded with cholesterol. A medium-sized egg contains 186 milligrams of cholesterol, which is 62% of the recommended intake. Eating eggs is worse for your health than smoking.
Besides not knowing the two types of cholesterol, eggs and cigarettes have zero in common. Using the same misinformation tactics, I could argue cigarettes are mostly 100% plant-based. Therefore, all plant-based products are harmful and will kill you. See how stupid that is? My favorite thing I learned in college is that way back in ancient China, there was this poet/philosopher guy who wrote this whole pretentious poem about how enlightened he was that was like, the 8 winds cannot move me, blah blah blah. and he was really proud of it. So he sent it to his friend who lived across the lake, and then his friend sends it back and just writes fart, or the ancient Chinese equivalent, on it. And he was so mad, he travels across the lake to chew his friend out, and when he gets there, his friend says, "Wow, the 8 winds cannot move you, but 1 fart sends you across the lake." I'm just wondering if we know the extent to which weight is, something that you acquire through your behavior, and the extent to which, for some people, it is just genetic, no matter what they do. They're going to be big. The answer to that is definitively, categorically no. Everyone can lose weight. There's a simple equation. It's called energy in, energy out. If you're fat, you exercise. That's the energy out. The energy in is the fat that you carry on your body. Everyone can lose weight. It's really hard to exercise. I know it's hard, but the question was, are there people who can't lose weight? And the answer to that is no. Feminism killed Rome, and now it's killing America. This is my favorite because an actual major cause for the fall of Rome was the resistance of the wealthy to paying taxes, which led to a crumbling of infrastructure. But who cares about that? Feminism killed Rome is my new favorite sentence of all time. Also, ballooning military spending, a widening gap between rich and poor, religious intolerance following the emperor's embrace of Christianity, and lead poisoning of the water supply. Looks at camera. Welcome, new black and brown followers, to my new white followers who are self-described anti-racists. Please note that there are no medals here for you. That you, as a white person, will be implicated as part of the problem. I suspect many of you will unfollow, like those before you. Practicing racism while fighting racism. Welcome to 2019. Lol. Hey guys, how should I respond to my boss who fired me via email and let him know that I'm very disappointed that he did not have the courtesy to do this face to face? We work from different states but always communicate through video calls. Dear boss, I thought you'd want to know someone has apparently hijacked your email account. The hacker just fired me. Obviously a transparent attempt to make you look like a gutless, spineless, cowardly, sniveling weasel. A cretin, lacking the nuts to man up and look his people in the eye while stabbing them in the back. But I'm certain we'll all have a good laugh over this in the morning. Talk to you then. Love, me. If you traipse your kid 2,000 miles in dangerous conditions, you're not only a criminal, you're a shitty parent. Hi, Tommy. My father's Uncle Henry survived the Holocaust because his parents took him across the ocean on a boat in 1937 when he was 5 years old. Apparently, you think his parents were crappy, and they should have all just stayed in Germany and died in the gas chambers. I feel so bad for Magic. This man had one son, and this is what God gave him. He got a son with his own fashion line worth over 200 million? What did your parents get? A homophobic piece of trash. Ginsburg is not oblivious to health concerns, but waves away worries about her future. There was a senator, I think it was after my pancreatic cancer, who announced with great glee that I was going to be dead within 6 months, she recalled. That senator, whose name I have forgotten, is now dead himself, and I, she added with a smile, am very much alive. If an illegal immigrant who doesn't speak English can travel 2,000 miles on foot with barely any food or water, with no money, can walk across the border and just steal your job tomorrow, you should be spending less time on Twitter and more time developing a skill. Oh, I want a clitoris now. Check if they sell it on Amazon. If they do, can you tell my boyfriend where to find it? U.S. Representative Steve King. If not for rape and incest, would there be any population left? Steve King is the best argument for late-term abortion. My stepmom told me I'd be a janitor, nothing wrong with that, and live in the basement of a school and play guitar for the rats. I wrote a song about her. It's called Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. It's been played on the radio 3 million times. I would never mate with someone from India. They got birth defects running heavy as hell in their blood. No, I'm sure the people of India are greatly relieved. Did man really land on the moon in 1969? Or was it all a publicity stunt? Hi there. It would take a team of 300,000 engineers working for nearly 10 years to design a vehicle to plumb the crushing depths of my disappointment in you right now.
Yeah, congratulations on wasting $100 billion landing a remote-controlled buggy on Mars. Not sure how this is supposed to help us poor people here on Earth, but great job.
The money doesn't get sent to Mars, idiot. It gets spent and put back into the economy. Just because the government doesn't hand feed it to you doesn't mean it left America. And if we remove the church from tax exemption, we'd have enough money to send a rover to Mars once every 2 weeks, forever. Not to mention it would only cost $2.5 billion, which is what the US military spends every 33 hours. And we spend $7 billion on potato chips a year. Yet NASA is the bad guy. Lol.
Wow. Are you really gonna plug your show like an ad right in the middle of the vid? Shameless.
Yes, I am, Kyle. Because it's my show. How the freak else am I supposed to tell people about it? Would you rather I paint it on walls underneath a tunnel in a secret location so no one sees it? To avoid annoying you in future, Kyle, I'll advertise my show somewhere you'll never see it. Like in the arms of a woman who loves you. What's the worst way to respond to an "I love you"?
Yeah, my 8-year-old daughter once responded to my wife. I wish I could say the same. Jesus Christ. You just added me. And you sent me half a dozen clips of you jerking off. Let me just give you a lesson. That's rude. That's aggressive. Inconsiderate. How dare you, sir? Sorry, not sorry.
Also, your lighting is awful. Your angle is even worse. Your stroke game is boring. And your duck is discolored. If that psychopath had driven a truck into that crowd and killed 100 people, would we be talking about truck control? Can you imagine that? Registering trucks? Requiring insurance for injury they caused? Licensing and testing drivers? Megan Rapinoe, I think that taking care of others, standing up for yourself and other people if they don't have the ability to do so, is very uniquely American. Wrong. It is not uniquely American. What is uniquely American is the idea that only Americans would do this.
What if we were actually meant to get mild childhood illnesses like measles, so as to help prime our immune systems into fighting much greater diseases in later life?
Jim's head is going to freaking explode when somebody finally sits him down and explains how vaccines actually work.
Ladies, if you're dating an adult male who still plays video games, it's time to reevaluate that relationship.
Ladies and gentlemen, if a grown-ass adult is actually sitting there shaming and criticizing another adult for interests and passions and how they like to spend free time, it's time to reevaluate the actual intelligence and maturity level of that person and who hurt them.
Public service announcement. White people don't get to decide what's racist.
So, wait a minute. A particular group of people cannot have an opinion on a topic due to the color of their skin? I'm almost positive there is a term for this. It's just on the tip of my tongue. Look at your bodies, women! Breasts, ovaries, and a womb. God created you for the magnificent job of creating and nourishing new life. What can be more important than this?
I don't know, maybe using my brain to get a PhD? And then educate loads of women about how they're more than just hosts for babies and servants for men. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's it for today. If you could keep up to date on Twitter and Snapchat, that'd be perfect. And if you could like and comment on the video if you enjoyed it, that'd be fantastic. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll see you bitch boys in the next one. Bye.